mischievous, and like, I told you I ordered like $600 worth of porn. Like I'd be like my mama let me outside and she'd be like, "Don't go around the corner," and I'm around the corner. Like I was just things like that. And I remember it was one time I took a stapler and I stapled. I wanted to see how it felt, so I put my thumb in a stapler and I stapled it, and the two staples went in between my thumb. Fit perfectly.
That happened to me too.
Fit perfectly. But my mom.
Yeah. I stapled my thumb. I screamed my ass off afterwards because I was like, "Ah!" Why does this hurt? In my head, I'm not thinking like that I'm an idiot. Why I do this? I'm thinking, why does this hurt so much? I didn't know shit about pain or like don't staple your thumbs.
At least I know that. At least I know I wasn't that much of a weird kid. Well, a weirdo's comparing to me. I don't know.
Look. I'll give you weird to that. Take it so I remember my whole finger can't go down right now because I tried cutting a sticky in half and I stupidly tried holding it down and I almost sliced my whole pinky off. It was bleeding all over the place. It was spewing. It was trickling like on the walls. And I screamed in my parents.
Oh yeah. The cousins that be like sisters.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
I always had a lot of homegirls.
I did always prefer chilling with like women than dudes.
Me too.
It gets old. Like dudes have the same convo unless it's like about money or about a future. It's about pussy. It's about it just be annoying. Women? What do women talk about then?
Women talk about the same shit that men.
Kill that, Rich. What do women talk about?
Beyonce.
Women talk about the same shit men talk about.
Like we talk about vaginas, they talk about dicks probably 3 times more than we talk about vaginas.
I don't think they talk about dicks like that.
Yeah.
Y'all talk
No.
about dicks like that?
Yeah, okay.
It's okay.
Lisa, y'all talk about dicks like that?
Go to a nail salon, just sit there for like 3 hours. See, you'll hear some shit.
I put on a little skirt and he lifted that shit.
Yeah. Look at her face. She's like, what? Yo, you could introduce us.
All right, so what's up, everybody? This is what episode are we on?
36.
We're on 36. Damn, but no, we're not really 36. We're like really
we did like 25 with you and then 36. So 26 and 36 and 25. So 61.
Episode 5,000. I'm your host, Richard Picasso.
Yo, one day. We'll hit Rogan numbers one day, my nigga.
What number Rogan's on?
Rogan?
I know he's not.
I don't know, like 1,500, 1,600?
Because I know he's not on like 2,000.
No, he's like on 1,600 though.
That's like 12 years.
They say Johnny
13
Carson.
years.
They say Johnny Carson did like 20, 30,000 interviews though.
But it was like during that time when they shot like fucking 30 episodes a week in one day. They'll shoot like one in a day and then one at night type shit. Fucking season 1 of I Love Lucy's like 20 episodes. That's season 1. He's fixing my mic, y'all. Don't worry.
Pause.
I mean, you really are fixing my mic.
You gotta call it a device.
Pause. Yeah, you fucked me up with that shit last week. We had this nigga on the pod last week, and this nigga goes, I grabbed the pause. I grabbed the device. I was like, oh shit, he didn't want to say microphone.
So we got a little side audience,
Well, we call it a live audience, a live crowd.
We have a live
We don't
2-person.
need an introduction, but we just, we got.
Nah, they here. They
They
just
just
here.
do like the yay boo, like the soundboard and
Yeah,
shit.
yo, you remember that must suck. Like back in the days when you go to like a TV show and everybody in the crowd, they had the teleprompter that would say applause.
Yes, they still do. They still have that.
I know they do. Like it's crazy that TV shows are made like that. Like you ever been to one? Like
Yeah.
Jerry Springer. or
I
anything
went
like
to
that?
one called the Choice.
Oh, you went to something? Yeah.
Yeah, I went to one. It was like they were trying to choose like somebody that
The Choice. What was that? What is that? I feel like I've seen that before.
it was like about this. It's like a restaurant type of thing where they were choosing like who can manage like a very top level restaurant, and I think it was for the Palm, like downtown, and the winners had to like pitch their like, oh, I'm a great manager. I know about food. I know how to give professional customer service, and ultimately like one guy won, and then the second guy like they thought he was gonna lose and not get shit. Then he ended up becoming the restaurant, the one in the Boston Palm.
So you got to witness the whole show.
Yeah, they
How
were like,
long
yeah,
was
they
it?
were like, there's some guy like,
And it was live, right? They were recording live and all that.
No, they were like doing some pre-recordings, like where we had to like, okay, we're gonna get some B-roll. Everybody go, when I go like this, everybody clap your hands. Shit, oh, my bad.
I ain't fixing it again.
I'm fixing it. There you go. See, I'm a professional.
Did you see the Jeopardy documentary? Not Jeopardy. Price is Right.
No.
There was a Price is Right documentary. This gentleman, he figured out the game. Physics, what was it?
No, that's
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Pressure Luck.
Pressure. Yeah. He figured out the game or some shit like that.
You know what he did?
What?
How he had to train for that? I already know, guy. I know this guy. I forgot his name, but his name's like Marco Larson.
There you go.
Michael Larson.
You're really good at shit like that.
Yes.
I smoke too much weed.
For 6 months, he had like a bunch of TVs in his house, and he was just like pausing throughout the like watching the show and trying to practice while pressing the remote control how to stop for 6 months. And then he got a bus ticket, bought a cheap suit, and initially they didn't want him on the show because he was like creepy and a little bit weird, but the executives liked him, and they were like, "Oh, let's give him a shot."
Sounds like you.
What? I ain't wearing no cheap suit if I'm gonna be on fucking TV like that. Like, nah.
Oh, creepy little
He
weird.
got like some thrift store shit, and he just
said
kept
thrift
hitting
store.
the same 2 buttons, winning like 5,000 plus a free spin. It got to a point where this motherfucker it got so crazy, like behind the scenes shit with the cameras, they were like losing their shit. Like, how's this
Because
motherfucker?
he was killing it.
Yes, he's like this. It wasn't luck, it was skill. They figured out this nigga just like mastered knowing how to press the button, press the stop and shit. He accumulated about like $149,000 in one night. It was like the most at the time. For inflation now, that's just like $210,000.
Wow.
Yo, if there was a game that y'all could come out in, which one would it be? Like, if there's a game that you could play, what game would y'all want to play?
Shit,
One of them TV games.
I ain't smart enough for like the millionaire one.
Nah.
I ain't smart enough. Maybe like Whammy. Remember Whammy back in the day?
Nigga, I would have played. I would have done.
Yeah.
I would have done Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Legends of the Get the fucking pen of the life.
That was dope back in the day.
That shit was lit.
And
Yo.
Double Dare 2000. You know what I mean?
Yo,
When you run into
Flag
fucking
out the
boards and
nose,
shit.
you know
Yup. Where's the flag? You be in a fucking puddle, digging up the nigga's nose. That's a lit game. That game was lit. What will you do? That was lit.
Yo,
Finders
Nickelodeon
Keepers.
used to have some good fucking.
Legends of the Hidden
Yo, they used
Yup.
to have some good
Legends-
games on Nickelodeon.
They try bringing it back, but that shit's ass now.
You know what's
Because
a good show,
family
too?
safe and shit.
Goosebumps. Remember Goosebumps?
Oh yeah, with the fucking
you
Crypt
afraid of the
Keepers.
Or
dark? Are you
Animorphs?
afraid of the
Animorphs
Yeah,
too.
Animorphs. Fuck,
Yeah.
what was that? Adventures of Pete and Pete.
Yeah, yo, cartoons aren't the same no more. Even like Cat Dog and Ren and Stimpy, they were so raunchy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I mean, like we had raunchy ass cartoons
that's
back
when
in the day.
before all this PC shit started like kicking in 20 years later. Like you can't be disgusting. You can't.
Well, you know it's crazy. I be watching movies now, and it's funny you say that. I watch a lot of movies now, and there's a lot of things that you can't say and do no more. You know, you can't. Remember the movie with Johnny Knoxville when he played a simple person?
Over the Ringer.
Yo, you can't do
I
that
love
now.
that movie though.
You can't be an actor unless you play that role seriously, like you're really going through problems, you're struggling, and unless it looks like a drama role, you can't do it in a comedic way the way he did it. But you will get fucked up in the fucking audience.
He was pretending to be Jeffy. That was his like
Aw,
special
man.
needs name. And they had real those were like paid professional special needs actors that were like his
Oh no, I
brothers.
get it, but look, it's the same thing with hunters. Look, people get knock hunting because people hunt and they kill the fucking bear. Yogi the Bear is not a good dude. Yogi the Bear will eat you. You know, if you don't kill Yogi the Bear, he will come to the hood and he will eat our babies, right? You have to hunt, and that money that you pay for the tag, that $50,000 bear tag, goes right back into taking care of the bears and their population, so they got a place to live, and we don't just extinct them. But people don't get that fact that the money cycles. You know, sometimes money cycles to go around and keep things going. You got these fucking Me Too and these fucking cancel people that are just like, no, don't do it. You can't do that. It's bad for you. It's not good. You know, like, it's so annoying.
And with that, that's our last episode, guys.
Cancel culture don't exist. I don't believe in it.
I know. I feel cancel culture just amplifies you even more.
Oh, yeah. Look at Rogan. Try to
there's
cancel the
some
nigga.
people-
They cancel.
Yeah, there's some people you can't cancel, bro.
There's some people you can, though. Look at Jesse Smollett.
Yeah.
But that was more like
He's a liar.
he blatantly lied like an asshole and set up a whole plan to fuck himself over.
He's the gay Tupac.
Gay. And then he's like, I'm innocent. If anything happens to me or jail, I'm innocent. Like he tried to make it so much of a spectacle that you couldn't help it. It's like,
That
fuck this
nigga
nigga,
is
you out
running
of here.
Yo, he's running jail right
You
now.
say he was the gay Tupac?
Yes,
he
he
was the
said
gay
he's the
Tupac.
gay
You
Tupac.
don't think Tupac was gay, bro?
Nah, he was
All right,
fucking.
I got
He's fucking Jade on the low. What
All
you
right,
talking
I
about?
got some shit here.
Gay,
It don't
bro.
matter. You could be bisexual. The fact of the matter is, he's just saying that the nigga like dick, and I got a theory. There's a picture.
fucked all the outlaws?
There's a couple pictures. There's a couple pictures of Tupac And if you look on the bottom of his eye, that nigga got black eyeliner. A lot of pictures that he wore, he had black eyeliner on the bottom of his eye.
But that doesn't automatically. Okay, he's gay.
I don't know, man. Why do that though?
For
Why?
photos, probably. It's like when women wear like black eyeliner. Just shit. It's like a certain flash that doesn't go on your eyes. That shows
What you
that.
just said though?
Right.
When women wear black eyeliner,
So
that's
men
my
can't
point.
wear it too.
I don't see men wearing black eyeliner. I don't see men wearing eyeliner.
I
You
mean,
do?
some.
Al, talk, nigga. You got a mouth. God gave it to you. This
ahead,
ain't
yeah,
Beetlejuice.
We have another person. They just don't want to be on
what
camera.
men have you seen wear black eyeliner? Straight men.
A rocker.
A lot of
Rockers
them
do.
wear it, especially in the movies.
We're talking hip hop.
That too.
You think he did it for a picture?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a
Look,
lot of
A
pictures.
lot of people do it. He was an actor. He was an artist. He was a rapper.
What's your theory? Why you think he was homosexual?
I don't know. You seen him like when he was in high school, how flamboyant he was. And
When he was
like,
talking with his hands like
and
this?
I mean, he was only like
and then-
16.
and then just not just that, like he was like a dancer, all that type of shit, and he was like an actor. You feel me? And like that whole persona, that whole thug like shit was a persona. It was like a.
It worked. And don't thug like mean something like the THUG?
He wasn't really that though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He did that out of
wasn't
jail.
really
Suge
that.
Knight bought him out of jail. Suge Knight bought him out of jail.
Yep.
He
Didn't get him
wasn't
out of jail.
really
Bought
that.
him out of jail.
He wasn't really that.
And he wasn't really that. He started repping that.
Kind of. I don't know.
You know, because that's a, you know, a
weird.
lot of people don't, and you
It's
know.
like when they said that with the Jay-Z, this with Prodigy, them doing ballerina shit. Does that automatically mean he was like something?
Well, you got to remember, you know, rest in peace, Prodigy.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Rest in pease, Prodigy. But
R.I.P. Tupac also.
R.I.P. Tupac, we ain't doing that right now. But you got to remember that, you know, the stories in the hood with Prodigy, you know, Prodigy held a gun but never banged a gun. You know, if we call a spade, Prodigy's from Long Island. You know, if we call a spade, it's not like he's a project-born Nick. There's a different animal there. You know, if we call a spade, in Prodigy's book, he states it himself that when he went to go meet Pun in the hood, Pun, he came out the car to go meet Pun, and Pun was like, nigga, you ain't got your strap? And he was like, nah, I didn't think I had to bring it. And then Pun whistled behind him, and all these niggas pull out straps. You know, so when you think about that, I don't think Prodigy was a homosexual, but was he as gangster as his music presumed him to be? I don't think so.
I would say it for Tupac.
That's what I
then.
would say.
I would say it for Tupac then.
We would agree with that. Tupac wasn't as gangster as we presuming, but the flamboyantness in Tupac was, you know, I don't know how to judge it because when you're an actor, you're a different level of character. You're a different level of person. Like, I couldn't imagine what it would be like to date an actor because you never know when that person is really telling you the truth or acting towards you. If that person's really being honest or acting towards you. See, Tupac had that power to put on personas that were just so different because from all his movies, he played a different persona. Up until when you see him in camera, he's out of jail spitting in camera, but then when you see him in another light, he's speaking from jail like all this life stuff and we got to get together and we the people. The hypocriticalness really resides within the person, and that hypocriticalness is within every single actor. Every single actor is a hypocrite.
Like, we all actors. We put on our clothes and our.
No, we
makeup
ain't
every
all
day.
actors.
No, there's actors out there.
No, there's a lot of actors, but we ain't all
But
actors.
the way that he wasn't, like, he got
He got
was
paid
in
to
jail.
act.
He was in jail. He got paid to act because he was outside free. But you know, sometimes jail gives you some type of clarification on life, make you do a lot of self-reflection because all you got in there is just time and thinking.
And you know, it'd be weird too. You know, what's awkward. It's like usually when somebody dies, you hear extra shit. You didn't really hear extra shit with Pac when he died. You know what I mean? The most you heard was the nigga might be alive. You know, look at Aaron Hernandez. That nigga hung himself, and then you get in the fact that he's a homosexual. He's a 6'6" fucking football player, right? That killed 2 people, and then from jail, and he's dead. You're getting letters that he's a gay guy, and that when he was in high school, he was fucking his best friend. You know, like when people die, they come out with these truths. So they're so hard to really like believe anything because the person's gone already, dead.
What would be like a rumor somebody would spread about you?
Me?
If you die.
That if I died?
If.
That's a weird question. That's random. What a rumor that I ever gave a shit.
Come on,
That's
for
a
real.
good
No,
rumor.
let's think more
I don't know. I don't
conspiracy
know.
theory with your life.
Honestly, like if you want to go there, I wouldn't even want a funeral. I wouldn't even want to. Yo, you know what? It would be magical to know you were dying and be able to celebrate the day of your death like it's your birthday. It would be fucking awesome if you knew the day you were gonna die.
I don't
And
think it would.
you could go ahead and invite everybody. Nah, I'm not talking about tragically in your fucking shit. I'm talking about you were gonna die. It's like you die on sleep,
but it's
right?
like-
Say you were 90. Say you were 90. Say you were fucking
But
90.
it's like-
and the doctor said you got till tomorrow to live. You
You
wouldn't
got
want to
24
invite.
hours you live. What would
wouldn't
you
wanna-
do?
See,
What
right
would you
there,
do?
that right there is like invite everybody you love. Enjoy me. Don't put me in a box.
But it should have been like that through your life. Why it had to be in 24 hours?
Well, the fact is nobody cherishes anybody like that until they're dead. You know, like you don't really. You love them. You love them. You love them. You care about them. I'm not. But when they're gone, there's a moment. There's a moment that you have to get over yourself and be like, they're not here no more. That moment is when you truly miss them.
I feel that's one of the best mystiques of life is not knowing when you're gonna die. Because you can be.
I hate surprises.
Because I would be afraid to know, like, if like I'm born, like, oh, your son's gonna die this day and this year around this time. You don't know how. You just know you're gonna die that day. It might be in your sleep. Might be something bad happened to you or whatever.
But what if it wasn't? But what if it wasn't? You knew your son was gonna die. What if it was just like you knew your date, your death date. You knew your expiration date. Not your mom, not your dad. You know it. Something told you.
Would you want to keep that to yourself?
Would
though?
I want to know my expiration date? I don't like surprises.
Exactly.
I would love to know my expiration date.
Why would you want to know?
I would love to know my expiration because I want to know how much time I got left to bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, every day there's something to be said about a person that gets to work every fucking nigga. There's niggas that go to college. Like, there's people that go to school and all they know is school. They never saw the inside of a vagina, never saw the inside of a car, never saw good food, never know what it is to eat fried food, never know what it is to be with somebody, have friends, never knows to go fishing, never knows. You know what they did all their life? They mechanically worked themselves into school. They're 30 years old and they're fucking geniuses. They're out of this world geniuses with all this fucking money, but they didn't live a life. You know why they didn't live a life? Because they didn't have an expiration date. They were just like, fuck it, I'm gonna be here. Let me just get all I gotta get. They'll do all that stuff later, or they won't. To know when you're gonna live and die is like.
But what's that definition? What
nigga-
if that's a definition of how their life is?
What if your milk came with no expiration date? Would you drink it?
I mean, I'm scared to drink milk.
What if your
knowing
juice, your water, your food? What if something came with no expiration date? Would you be scared to consume it?
Probably not, because I wouldn't know.
Probably not, because you wouldn't know. So you live your life. So that's like you live your life how you live your life because you don't ever know when you're gonna die. So you're gonna live your life how you're gonna choose to live it. If you knew you were gonna die tomorrow, you're gonna live your life a little bit differently, in my opinion. That's why I said I would choose to know my
What if
expiration
it's
date.
already too late? Because you thought of like so many
24 hours is short.
No, exactly. There's so many things you want to do. Oh, I gotta pack it in 24 hours. Like, what if, I want to travel the world. I can't do that now because I only got 24 hours.
So should you treat life as if you're gonna die every day?
Probably.
I knew you would.
You should, yeah. you should always treat life like you.
Now
never,
you're potting.
You never know. You never know when you're gonna go, so you have to live it like how you should live it.
Man, but you can't give that fucking aspiration to everybody, because then you get the Mike Myers and you get the fucking Son of Sams. You get these people that are borderline crazy, but because they got nothing to live for every day, or they think that tomorrow's just gonna end,
So
they go ahead and tip it.
Exactly. That's why you don't fucking tell them. Don't tell them, oh, I'm gonna die tomorrow. Good, I got enough time to kill like 100 people before I get out of here in 24 hours.
All right, let's go. I'm gonna move this conversation same way. Divulge straight in. All right, so if you go ahead and you do something right with somebody, and later on it gets recognition, but you didn't see what it was gonna become, right? You didn't see what it was gonna become beginning, but later on it got recognition. Do you have to owe anybody something for it?
No, because I'm dead.
Because you're dead. That's it.
I
You're gone?
I don't know what happened after I'm dead. Well,
It doesn't matter.
I mean,
Your money, where it goes, who it goes to.
I don't know. I'm dead. I don't know what's going
No,
on.
it doesn't matter though.
I mean, I would hope, like, while I'm alive, okay, I would hope my money would be like this, but after I'm dead, whoever got control of my estate or any of my money, I don't know what the fuck to do. It's like, do you think George Washington pictured America to be like this when he died?
You know, you say George Washington. How come that nigga don't got no kids? Like, how there's no? How
He had
come,
kids, but he just died.
but they didn't have kids. They
He
don't
had,
have
he
a
had
bloodline?
stepkids. Yes, he had a steps because he married a woman from who already had kids. Yeah, they were doing those back in the 1700s too. They were just being upstanding, baby stepfathers and shit.
Upstanding baby stepfather.
But
There's no good father in the 1700s, my brother.
There's a lot of presidents that had kids. They would either fucking die as children, something tragic would happen to them, or they were just doing shit that would just fuck them over, having diseases that weren't like as prevalent because we didn't have no fucking vaccines or no pills for those shits back in those
people
days.
would die for like fucking syphilis. That's why they all had those white wigs. You know that, right?
Yep.
All those people had syphilis and they were balding and their skin was nasty.
Yep.
Yo, could you imagine to push out a kid without any drugs? Like, imagine back in the day, these women were pushing out kids without epidurals and all that shit.
I got 3, so yeah, I can.
You can push one out without any drugs?
Probably could.
Now you can. Your first, you thought you could?
I would die on my first kid.
Like, I couldn't imagine how bad it was for women back in the day, bro.
Because there was like there was no real concept of like how hospitals should work or how nursing should be or what to do when somebody gets hurt. It's like if they were doing a lot of bloodletting during those times. They were it's like, oh, you fucked up. Oh, let's bleed you out. You think you'll be all right?
Yo, nigga, they were doing fucking amputations without any drugs.
They were burning people thinking they were witches and shit during those times.
Yeah, well,
I'm bleeding. All that bitch is a witch. We got murder.
Nah, but do you believe in all that shit?
No.
You don't believe in none witches, none of that shit?
I believe in there's some form of mysticism, but most of that's
No
most of the
black
people
magic?
on Earth is like
You don't believe in black magic?
there's some sort of art deception when it comes to people.
You don't believe in black magic? Niggas killing chickens in their backyard?
To a certain extent, I don't know. 'Cause I never really witnessed it.
You never saw people kill like animals and all that shit?
And there was one kid that I knew in grade school that was fucking randomly bringing in dead hamsters and shit. But that was all. He ended up being all right, but he just had this fascination with just bringing dead hamsters. I know he had a lot of psychiatric evaluations during those times. This is before they realized what the level of Ritalin, I grew up during a time when they would just figure it out, like, dude, your kid's a little out of this fucking world. Does he need pills or does he need some type of therapy?
Well, I think that nowadays they're quick to diagnose a kid
Yes,
quicker
and I think
than
that's
they were
wrong.
back in the days. Like nowadays, if a kid got a kid got a twitch,
A quid's a
yeah,
coin.
a quid. If a kid got a twitch, a bug, you give him pills. You
Yes.
give him pills. Like you prescribe him with something.
I'll tell you, I'm a prime example of that. At 4 years old, I went to a special needs preschool because
You went to preschool?
Yes, I went to preschool.
I didn't go to preschool.
They thought I had like crazy
Y'all
ADHD.
went to preschool? All right.
Yes.
White privilege.
But I don't white privilege. No, they thought I was crazy. That's why. I was. Look, I'll give you a story right now, a real quick one. I remember they were doing a story time. I had 3 teachers, and I just randomly there was in a group. There's all of us sitting together. I just randomly got up, just saw a kid, and I just punched him right in his face, and I didn't know why. I just punched him right in the face, and I never figured out why, but kind of find out years later.
You snuffed the kid in the face?
I snuffed the kid in the face for absolutely no reason. And I had a speaking problem. I couldn't even talk correctly.
Yeah, I know you had a speech impediment, right?
Yeah, and to this day, if anybody notices, I kind of, still figuring this shit out, how to talk right. But
This is stupid.
and, that was it was pretty much, they were evaluating us throughout the entire year. Like, okay, this is how your kid acts when he's finger pain. This is how your kid acts when he's in recess. This is how your kid when he's eating. This is how he eats. Why is he hum when he eat? Why is he throwing shit on the floor when he's eating? When you do birthday parties, why does he get scared when everybody sings happy birthday and shit? They were evaluating all that shit for that year of preschool to see if I was capable of being normal school. I go to normal kindergarten and shit.
Did you go to normal kindergarten?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good
Because
boy.
my dad was like, fuck that. He went that. There ain't nothing
Because
wrong
your
with my
dad
kid.
showed up and he's 6'2", 300 pounds. And they said, yeah, he can go wherever he wants.
There was nothing's wrong with my kid, and pretty much, it was hard. Throughout from kindergarten to 4th grade, I was just kind of out of this. Where I didn't give a fuck. I was just
You a bad kid?
it's not that I was bad. I had just behavior problems. With me, it'd be oh, I don't hand in homework because I just didn't want to do homework, or the kids are bullying me. I'll just start crying and just start destroying the classroom instead of fucking up the kid. Doing everything to avoid conflict.
You want to show him you're crazy?
Yes. I was just acting out. I was just randomly roll on the floor when they would do story time and shit. I'll just grab
Well,
the chalk,
look at
go like
him
this.
now, motherfuckers.
So they were evaluating all that, and then over time I was able, because my parents strictly hey, sit the fuck down, calm down, I'm beat the shit out of you, you'll calm down, putting that in my ear, and
And that worked for you?
And that worked.
Yo, that shit worked for me too. I wasn't that I was a bad kid, but like, I guess I was mischievous, and like, I told you I ordered like $600 worth of porn. Like, I'd be like my mama let me outside, and she'd be like, "Don't go around the corner," and I'm around the corner. Like I was just things like that. And I remember it was one time I took a stapler and I stapled. I wanted to see how it felt, so I put my thumb in a stapler and I stapled it, and the two staples went in between my thumb. Fit perfectly.
That happened to me too.
Fit perfectly. But my mom.
Yeah. I stapled my thumb. I screamed my ass off afterwards because I was like, "Ah!" Why does this hurt? In my head, I'm not thinking like that I'm an idiot. Why I do this? I'm thinking, why does this hurt so much? I didn't know shit about pain or like don't staple your thumbs.
At least I know that. At least I know I wasn't that much of a weird kid. Well, a weirdo's comparing to me. I don't know.
Look. I'll give you weird than that. At 10 years old, I remember my whole finger can't go down right now because I tried cutting a sticky in half and I stupidly tried holding it down and I almost sliced my whole pinky off. It was bleeding all over the place. It was spewing. It was trickling like on the walls. And I screamed to my parents, "My finger's gone!" Ah! And my parents jumping up, going like, "Oh shit!"
I second that. I'll double down on him. So I'm in my grandma's bedroom, and my grandma used to have razor blades, the single edge ones, laying around, and I didn't know what they were. I didn't know what it was. I literally didn't know. It just looked like a sheet of metal. So I'm sitting there on the bed, and I went like this. Like I literally went like that. And I looked away. And I looked back. And my whole hand was spread with blood. And I still didn't know what happened. So I went to my mama. "Yo!" And she's like, "What happened?" I said, "I don't know. I'm fucking cut." And she's like, "What happened? What did you touch?" The razor blades laying on the bed like a bloody scene with blood all over the mattress, bro. So what I was saying before, though, like, after I stapled my thumb, and after that razor blade incident too, I guess, my mom, she sits me down one day, and she didn't give me what your parents gave you. Your parents put fear in you. Like, "Stop this, I'm a fuck." She didn't give me that. You know what my mom told me? She goes, "Why do you do these things?" I'll never forget this day, bro. I'll never forget it. Fucking crystal clear. "Why do you do these things?" I told her, "I don't know." And she's like, "I think really hard. I really need you to give me a reason why you're doing these things right now. What's wrong?" And I'm like, and I really thought hard about it. And I thought about every time I did something like stupid. And I still, admittedly, I still have this problem today, but I keep the demons at bay. Yo, when I was young, I used to have another voice in my head. Legit, I used to have something else in my brain tell me to do those things. It's not like I didn't know what I was doing. You understand? It's not only curiosity. I literally had something in my brain that used to say, "Yo, do it. Yo, do it. Yo, now I gotta fucking mute that bitch out because I still hear that. Yo, do it." Like, and my mom said, "Yo, that voice, don't listen to it, Gil. It's not good for you. It gets you in trouble." I said, "Okay." I was good. I was good for a little while until I hit my teenage years. I was real good.
And that's another thing that helped me too. Like, bullies kind of suppressed a lot of my craziness because, I'm thinking I could go crazy. And then there'll be that one motherfucker like, "Yo, this nigga's wild. Like, gotta calm the fuck down a little bit."
I'd be a chameleon with bullies. Like, I used to get bullied too, man. But, like, they used to bully me on some corny shit, man. Like, they used to bully me because I tried to be cool. That's the worst thing to get bullied about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were literally...
I got bullied because I was myself.
They bullied me because I didn't have Jordans. I didn't have a polo tee. Right? I didn't have my hair with a fresh haircut and a hairline every day. I had the Eddie Munster with the fucking McDonald's emblem. I look like a Batman symbol every time I walk into class. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Shout out to the polo tee you wearing now, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? But it's the fact, right? And the sneakers too. Like, it's the fact. Like, it's the fact. I used to get picked on because of my fashion, and I tried to fit in, and it never worked out. So I got into fighting due to that. Any fight that was there, I would pick up. I'm like, sure, let's go. What are you doing fighting Kim Jong-un? Yo, I'll never forget. I went to fight a dude that was 6'7", bro. He was 6'7" Asian. He was like 300 plus pounds. And I have no clue why I picked the fight with him. Thank God my friend Edgar came out of nowhere like a little fucking, Edgar, like this big, flew out of nowhere, hit Kim Jong-un in the face. He was like, "You want to fuck with G?" Like this. And Kim Jong-un was like, no, because he saw both of us. And I was like, thank God you came in. I wasn't fucking that up for nothing. He saved me, yo. But that's how I used to get bullied. Like, I would get bullied because I was out of place because I tried to be in a place I shouldn't be in.
Yes,
if I'd have just played my role, I probably just been cool because at the end of the day, I just got sent a picture the other day, my nigga, from fucking 6th grade. It's me and my man Maurice with like 15 bitches around us. Cause I love women. I'd rather be around women, chill around women. That's just my forte.
Same thing.
You know what I'm saying? But women like cool niggas. So I had to try to chill cool niggas to get to the women. It didn't work.
Like, it took me over time for, like, you know, because different, like for me in grade school, like, I got beat up because I was just weird. I would just do weird shit. Like, I'll be by myself, and I'll just be, like, flipping a pencil at the desk, and like, yo, what the fuck's he doing that weird shit? Or, like, I would bring, like, fucking toys. Like, I would do a sticky thing and just throw it on the walls and shit and just have fun. And then, yo, this nigga's weird. We gotta beat his ass. And like that was just like an innate thing. It took a long time.
We gotta beat his ass.
It took a long time for a lot of people to think that all the weird shit I was doing. Then like, thank God for yo-yoing. Shout out to yo-yoing. Like when I hit like 16, like a lot of that bullying got suppressed because now it's like, okay, if fucking bullies come at me, I can kind of do some type of distraction with them, doing some basic
You can
tricks.
yo-yo and entertain them. I
Yes.
see that all the time though. Like when we go out, it's crazy. There's been times we gone out and we be around like that rooftop party. I'll never forget. We went to that rooftop. Shout out to Space. We went out to that rooftop party. Shout out to Space. We got that record together. We just put that. We went to that rooftop party, right? And we get in there and we on a roof. So the first thing my mind's thinking about, because I'm like savage, is like I hope we don't get into no bullshit because we're on a roof. And these like
And there's no bars.
We're in Harlem, and we're in Harlem, roof, Harlem, rappers, all that shit equals problem. So I'm over here like I hope not, yo, P. I go stand on the edge.
Yeah, see,
He
he was on the edge.
First thing I did was go sit at the edge, cause I want to see how high we are. And I was a little bit trippy. I think I took mushrooms that day. I drank that day. I was a little bit trippy. So I'm like, he's at the other edge. He's in the mid center. And when he gets nervous, he yo-yos. And I'm looking at everybody's face, and they're looking at us, because we kind of look weird. We kind of look like an odd couple. He got a little purse with yo-yos in it, red jacket, you know what I'm saying? I'm in there with a fitted, don't say nothing. I look like I probably have a bang on me, you know, because I'm a little Spanish guy. A little Spanish guy always got a bang on him, you know? So it's like, you look weird. He calms everything down. The minute he starts yo-yoing, they get into a scythe circle. And he just diffuses everything with that yo-yo. That's great that you had that. You know how I got away with that, B? With being funny. With being funny and doing stupid shit. That's how I really got away in school, too.
Shout out to Renee also that day. That woman that when we were trying to go into the building, she had her 2 kids there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
She had a big-ass following.
Yo, she's a fucking global director of Avita.
Blue check mark.
This
woman comes up to us with 2 kids and kid was
I like
yo-yoing.
this chick. They like all entertained by my tricks
Yep.
and stuff. She said, "Wow, that's really cool." She was giving me like all my props and shit. And we exchanged Instagrams, and I'm like, I'm showing Gil like as we go upstairs. I'm like,
Nigga, 60K.
what the fuck? Verified, like global director of Avita. It's like one of the like a very big like hair company. And she does hair. She does like the artistic hairs and travels all over the world and does like school sessions and teaches women how to do like hair with like these shampoos and shit. I'm like, that's fucking dope.
Nah, you never know who you're gonna meet. You know, it's crazy too, cause like I think there's only like maybe a handful of people I went to school with that are successful.
Word.
You know, when I really think about it, there's only a handful, maybe a dozen of
Y'all
people.
went to school with anybody that turned famous or like whatever?
I didn't go to school, but you remember Seventh Heaven?
Yeah.
David Gallagher, the little kid with the mushroom haircut?
Yeah.
I used to live right next to him.
Oh, that's
I used to live right next to him the year that
boy.
the 2 years I lived in College Point, and then he went to California to go shoot that. And then he had came back, and when he came back, pepperoni face. All the makeup and all that shit. Yo, B, his acne was unreal.
Crazy.
And like he wore these glasses, acting like he didn't know nobody. But yeah, I remember meeting. I forget his name. I have another dude that went to California and he worked for Colgate. He said, I'm going to California. I'm going to shoot a toothpaste commercial. Went there. He got like 25 grand. Stayed there. Became a professional stripper. Stayed there. Became a professional stripper and kept doing Colgate commercials. I forgot his name though. Yeah. I forgot his name though.
I mean, I never really knew anybody from my school.
I got a couple people too that are actors too that are on fucking Netflix and all that. I just their names because I'm horrible with names. Don't come to me, but
Like
I went to school with them. Yeah.
Like for me, I met everybody like later. I think the most recent actor I know is this guy named Alex Garfin. Shout out to him. He plays like Superman's son on Superman and Lois.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he plays his son, Alice Garfield. He's very cool dude. I got like footage like with my phone. I was like, yo, because he was like acting all like he was acting a little bit weird. He had like a tie dye shirt and stuff, but he saw me yo-yo. I met him at the Dreamer's house like the last time I went, and I see him say, yo, this motherfucker looks so familiar. And I couldn't picture it. And he's like, he came up to me like I saw me yo-yo. And he's like, yo, that shit is cool. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, hey, I'm Alex. Yo, it's like. I just finished off like doing like some final scenes for Superman and Lois. I'm like,
wow, that's dope.
you play his son. I was like, yo, you play his son, right? He's like, yeah. He's like, oh shit, yo, it's fucking crazy.
You ever had a reunion? High school, junior high school?
No.
No? You ever had a reunion? High school, junior high
I ain't
school?
go to mine. Nah, I ain't go to mine.
No. All right, I got one for you.
I was bad, bro.
I'm gonna. Oh, you were bad? I was bad too. I went to like 4 different high schools and I went to like 3 different proms. Trust me, I was bad too.
I ain't go to none of that shit.
No, I went.
Homecoming. And
I went to prom. I went to high school prom.
No, I went to.
And I
3.
went with one of my mom's students. I was 18 at the time. She was 15. But she was like a grown 15. Yes, it was weird for me at first. But she was like fucking.
She was a girl 15-year-old? What
Like-
does that mean?
Like, she was already
She's only
like.
15?
Like, she had like. Her body was like very advanced for her
Voluptuous?
age. Huh? Very
Voluptuous?
voluptuous for a 50-year-old.
Hey.
Not just how it grows. I'm not trying to get me to it or some R. Kelly shit right here, but she was a very grown 50. Get the camera off you like that, nigga. Now, it was my mom's.
At the time you was 15.
I got footage. My dad filmed
You
it.
got footage?
At
Yeah.
the time,
Fuck you mean? Got delete that
No.
shit. We get in trouble
No.
for that shit
No.
later in life.
No,
Hey, at the time you was 15 too.
I
he
was
was
18.
Oh.
It was one of my
Like,
mom's
you had
students.
just turned 18, or you was like,
I was turning 18 that year.
oh, okay, like a couple months already.
Yeah, I was a couple months in being 18.
I was a couple months
and my
into
mom,
being an adult.
My mom hits up this girl. My mom hits up like this girl. Like we'd seen her a couple times. She came over to the house and blah blah blah. But she just had to say, hey, "You on prom day?" It's like no girl me at that school in high school was going out with me because I was weird as fuck. And she recommended her friend and she pulled up and came through. My dad rented a fucking red Durango. He was our driver the whole night.
Ooh, that was
We went to this
aiming
dope
for
ass
you
party.
there.
Every fucking nigga in that party was looking at me like, yo, because she was bad. She was a bad voluptuous chick. And they were like, yo, she was just fine. How'd you get that? She go to our school? I'm like, no, nigga.
She don't even belong in our school, nigga.
I don't think she belongs with me
Yeah, I went
right
to
now.
I went to a junior high school
In
reunion.
8th grade.
This is went to 8th grade last year.
I went to a junior high school reunion, and listen, I pod. I'm just joking, but I'm serious too, though. But I ain't gonna lie, son. I'm just gonna give a percentage. Yo, like 75% of the people that were at my junior high school reunion were busted, bro.
Yo, that's
Like,
how I be
busted.
seeing these women now, bro. A lot of these girls that I went to high school with, it's like you can only.
Yo,
count
I saw a bitch had a
some
half a
bitches.
tooth.
Yeah.
So she had a half a tooth.
We ain't that crazy.
Nigga, she had a half a tooth, B.
I got half it too.
Florida girls ain't
was-
that
it was
crazy.
short.
Florida girls still beautiful in all shapes, sizes, forms.
I
don't know. I've
had a
seen
one
some
night
flat
stand. I had a
Florida
one-night stand.
chicks.
I had a
Some
one
of
night
them
stand.
got 5, 6, 7 kids.
Cause they in Florida. They in Florida.
Looking crazy now.
I had a baddie like one night stand with a Florida chick a couple years back. She was.
Oh,
she
they'll
was dope.
do it in
Oh,
a
they-
heartbeat. Bro, I met.
I wasn't
one
even
time-
trying.
Yo, bro, one time, right? I was
I'm going to Florida.
One
Oh, I'm
time I
sorry.
was just chilling with my boy. Check this out. One time I was chilling with my boy. We was at a golf course. We was at a golf course. Some bitch just pulled, and I wasn't even playing golf. We were just chilling, walking through the golf course. Some chick randomly walking by. She sees us. She said, "Hey, you guys smoke?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "What's up?" She's like, "Oh, I don't got no weed." But I'm like, "All right, you want to smoke with us?" Nigga, that's all you gotta tell these females out there in Florida. You want to smoke?
Oh, she had to smoke.
Nigga, you
My
gonna-
girl had to smoke. That girl at the time had.
You got
smoke.
some bud back in the day.
We were
nigga?
smoking like from like 10 to like 4 in the morning and
It
shit.
was wild. Nah,
Wow, dude.
we smoking more than just weed.
I gonna say no name. Oh really? What you be smoking?
Smoking up the room.
Oh,
Smoking up the room.
yeah. But I ain't
You're
gonna mention
dicking
my
her?
name.
Like
my
what?
Man, my man said, "Yo, son, I saw."
Yes, sir.
Woo! Yeah. This shit good. Where you get it?
I gotta go to Florida.
That pound cake.
Yeah, she looks. We gotta go to Florida.
Is it weed?
Yo, oh man, What is that? What you got up there? Vacuum cleaner.
Vacuum cleaner.
Oh shit.
That's my
B.
grandmother vacuuming.
It sounded like a super Hoover Doo stain remover. Ha ha.
Stupid. So
So
what was
what
your
you got
story
coming
you
up,
said?
Rich?
I thought we were gonna talk about Irv Gotti and them niggas.
Oh, I was trying to segue before it didn't work.
But now this is a segue.
All right,
Segue
matter of fact,
time.
it's the last 20 minutes. So
Yeah, we got-
since the last 20 minutes,
So
we'll
we've been
actually
talking about
have
ourselves. We talking about our lives.
have a
Like,
topic to talk about real quick. So I heard we heard Irv Gotti and Ja Rule on Drink Champs, and
I heard some of it.
we both heard some of it. I only got like 10
It came out
minutes in.
today.
What was the biggest,
Saturday.
It came out actually yesterday, audio today, video. Shout out to Drink Champs. I see you. So the conversation that Irv Gotti got asked about was Ashanti's Masters.
Yeah, it went pretty viral online.
Well, it's a big topic of conversation.
Yes.
You know why? Because like I said, two people make a song. We come together, you know what? You wrote your man's lyrics. That song pops. Do you owe your man anything? He spit the verse. Do you owe him anything? You bought the beat. You paid for the studio session. You wrote his lyrics. Does Jay-Z owe Memph Bleak anything? Because they know, you say Jay-Z wrote Memph Bleak's lyrics.
No.
No. I spit it, nigga. If I wasn't there to spit it, then it wouldn't have been spit.
Okay.
They might not have liked it if my chemistry was not on the beat. You're saying the fact that it popped, and
I mean, but how far did Memph Bleak actually really go in his career?
What song?
What?
What song did he write for?
What song did he write for him that
Jay-Z?
that you speaking of that
If you-
like blue?
Oh, that blue? Oh, is that your bitch? Memph Bleak was on that. Jay-Z wrote that whole thing.
I didn't even know that.
He wrote Missy's verse and everything.
I thought that was Twist at the end.
No, Memph is on that. Twist is on the remix, no?
No, he's on the main one.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, the
Memph-
remix is Memph Bleak.
Oh, one of the two. But the fact is, I think
Twist is on the original.
I think Jay-Z wrote. It doesn't matter if you wrote a song with your man's and the song pops. Do you owe your man's anything?
If you wrote the song with your man and the song pops,
Irv Gotti said specifically was
Yeah.
Ashanti wrote the lyrics.
Okay.
I helped her write it.
yeah,
The song is mine. I own the masters.
But
Is
she-
he wrong or right?
So she keeps the tour and she keeps
She
the
wrote
merchandise.
it. I helped her
she
write it.
wrote it.
That's what he said. She wrote it. I helped her write it. Does
what-
he own the masters? I paid for the beats, paid for the studio. I'm the record label. You wrote it. I helped you write it.
Yeah, I mean he
Does she-
I mean, if you did a
He's-
bulk of the work,
yeah.
but you shouldn't own 100% of it, though.
He owns the masters.
exactly.
He owns the publishing, too, and the publishing.
Yo, he owns everything.
But I'll say this: like he owns it. Yeah, he owns it because he did all the fucking work to put that shit out to make it the hit that it is. So yeah, he owns that shit.
Because now she's trying to redo all her stuff, and she tried to reach out to him to
Tried
get
to
the
Katy
stems
Perry.
back. Try to get the stems back.
Try to Katy Perry the game.
And he's like, no, you ain't getting that
Didn't
shit
she
back. I know what you tried to
didn't
do.
she remake that album?
She's trying to. Well, I
She
think
did.
she did.
She did.
But
She
he tried to
remade
get the stems from Gotti, and Gotti was like,
but it
"Fuck
didn't
no,
work.
it didn't
But
work."
That's why she remade it though.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he said, "No, get your bass player, get your guitars, and try to mimic that shit." Now you got to do now you got to interpolation that shit because that's still money for Gotti. He said, "No matter what she releases, I still
Yeah,
get
she's
it."
recording her debut.
She re-recorded it.
her
already.
debut album.
Yeah, she did.
The one that got her a Grammy,
Yeah.
the one that
First
got her
one
Blue
or
with Rock.
whatever, yeah.
That the Foolish, right? What's it called?
Something like
Foolish.
that.
No.
Mesmerized or whatever the
Debut
fuck.
album. How important is it to own?
That's not what it's called.
It says Ashanti is re-recording her debut album. How important is it to own?
That's not what it's called. It's
No,
called
That's not what
Foolish.
it's called. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
Foolish?
Yeah, Foolish is
yeah,
the first
with the blue-
album.
with the
That
blue-
came out. That's when she was like 19.
First word.
Yeah, with the blue cover and stuff.
Yeah, she was like wearing black like a dress, like a black and white type of dress on the front cover.
I'll
She's
say this: he
Ah,
does.
so-
He does.
she's not that
own
older
it
than us. She's
because
not even 40 yet.
He
I
did
think.
everything to push
he
it
did
out,
everything
right?
to put that shit out. Yeah, she wrote it, but she should have some kind of percentage.
She should get something.
Something.
She should have.
All right, so
Well, let's say that.
mean, she wrote for
let's say
J-Lo,
this,
too, but
she
still.
should have. Not she should. She should have. At that time, she should have been.
I mean, should've
remember
negotiated
the
that.
90s and
She
2000s, those
should've.
contracts back in those days were
Irv,
fucked up.
Irv though made a great point, you know. And I just learned this today. When you do a cover song, it's not you're doing a cover song. Ashanti gets paid to show up at a show.
Yes.
She don't have to pay the label every time she performs.
No.
So she performs her songs as a cover, and she don't pay the label to perform them when the label helped her make the songs. So she was smart in getting 150 grand a show. You'd have banked that.
Yep. You
Right?
do
Like-
what, 30, 40 show, 50 shows a year?
So I guess the bigger argument that I have is whose fault is it that after 10 years of making good music, the artist feels like he should be entitled to more? Whose fault is it? Is it the artist for not getting it in the beginning? Is it the artist for mismanaging his money?
Probably
Is
a
it
little-
never the label because the label pushes everybody out? Like, should the label morally be like, yo,
Labels
like
aren't-
UFC? Look, they have this argument with UFC. They think that fighters should be on a fucking union. They think that fighters should be on a union because after 10 years of giving yourself to fighting, you're fucking brain dead and you're stupid and you're talking like this. You don't have doctors and all this shit to take care of you no more. Once you're out the UFC, no more medical. They don't take care of you no more. No more medical. So they feel like fighters should have a union because you gave your time, you gave all this. Now,
They say that for wrestlers too.
but should they? Should there be a union for rappers too? Should there be a place where people are taken care of after the fact if they made wrong business decisions in the beginning of their business? Nigga, if I'm eating shit off the floor and you came to me with a deal and said, yo, everything you make for the next 5 years is mine, but I'm gonna make sure you good. If I'm eating shit off the floor, I'm gonna be like, okay. Right? You're not? If you're a bum, you're sleeping homeless, and I come up to you with a deal and say, yo, for the next 5 years, everything you make, I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna get you the crib, take care of you, get your cars, money, and all that shit. But everything you make is mine. Next 5 years. You're not gonna tell me yes?
Then you're just catching somebody when they're vulnerable.
No, it's just a fact. It's just a fact. It's not only vulnerable. Should that person that gave that deal morally be like, yo, listen, you're so dope, you're so talented. I'm just gonna help you out, and I'm gonna give you half of everything we make.
That's not how the industry
No.
works.
It's not how it really works.
You know what I'm saying? Like, should he be like that?
Because the person that's helping you out is always going to get more of the incentive that you are. Like, if I'm pushing all this money into you to make sure that you fucking make a hit, do all these shows, blow up, you got to be here, you got to be here, you got to be here. Because there's money behind it, there's investment. And I just want a return on my investment.
I get fucking flashbacks. There was a saying that I used to hear back in the day from Voldemort, and
Baltimore.
yeah, and it used to be said, people act like it's okay for you to get big, just don't get bigger than me. You know, and I think that's the label's persona. It's okay to get big, just don't get bigger than the label. You know, and that's why I say, should there be a moral stinger? Now we got to move smarter. Now we got to make sure when we walk into all these deals and everything, we have proper own.
Yeah,
But you know what that means?
That's what the labels rise when they stopped doing those joint venture shits back in the 2000s.
Yeah, but it's fucking back and forth them. You know why? Because now the labels will go ahead and look for somebody that's stupider to find.
Yeah.
One. Two, the people with the most talent because they got the most genius just won't get the recognition or get listened to because they're smart and the label don't want smart people. The label want people to take advantage of. It's like a catch-22. You know, you got, it's like ignorance is bliss. You got to play dumb or play the role to get there. I really wonder
You saw
how
what happened to Fabio Four and Mace, right?
Why? Talk.
You saw what happened to them?
No. Mace signed him.
Made time for.
And back in the day, I remember that.
allegedly
Now go with the rest of the story.
Well, Fabio was saying on $1 Million Over Game that he only got like 5,000 off of Mace, like Mace signing him. But then Mace came on like the following week and said, "No, that's bullshit. I get a nigga 750,000." So why is he saying, "Oh shit"? Oh, the contract. I wanted to control his contract because I knew if he would have walked in there, he would have signed somebody. She hasn't been fucked over. But Fabio's making it sound like, "Oh, I could have handled that shit myself because I thought, yeah, the knowledge." Mace was like, "No, I need to control your shit to make sure that you're fucking good because I don't want you to think." I don't want you to get Diddy. People think I'm Diddy 2.0 or some shit.
You know, I never believe niggas when they throw numbers around. I never believe none of these niggas when they throw numbers around. You know why? Because at the end of the day, there's something called a bank account and paperwork. You know, if you real about your shit, like if I ever had to express a discrepancy over how much I was paid, if I ever had to express a discrepancy over how much I was paid, the first thing I would do to show face is paperwork. Here, even if I photoshopped it and made it myself, you'll never hear me come out my mouth, yo, that nigga owed me 700,000 because I'm gonna be like, yo, here, this way he paid me. This way he paid me. Look, it's right there. Look, it's right there. You see for yourself. Like, I don't believe these niggas went at 5,000. That's a big discrepancy from 5,000 to 750,000.
And
Both of them are lying.
Mace came with
That's
receipts.
clout.
Mace came with receipts.
Mace came with receipts?
Yeah, he had receipts. He called motherfuckers up
Harlem
during
nigga.
the podcast and said he called I forgot the guy's name, but he called him during the podcast. He said, "Yo, you were there in the room. Did this shit happen?" He's like, "Yeah, that shit happened." And he
I
said,
never
"Look at the
believe
video. This is recorded. He had recordings of that.
Oh, really?
He had recordings of everything. This is what you get into everything." So it's like, it just fucked this whole shit up. Whatever Fabio was saying.
In the age of digital media, nothing is safe anymore. There's no text message. There's no video. You can't say anything you don't mean. Be prepared to apologize. You can't do anything or maneuver in any type of way. If you want to be an influencer or a political figure, you better have a clean motherfucking slate on your shit or be prepared for some goddamn scrutiny. Because if you do anything that is off pivot for a half a second, these motherfuckers come after you, man. It's a bullshit thing.
I think he even said, like, from what I remember, he said they didn't even want to sign Pop because he was already old, like older.
Yeah, he's like 32, right?
Like I think he just turned 32, and he was rapping about like killing shit. He said Mace had to tell him like, "Yo, you had to rap like this."
It is irony though. A pastor would sign a nigga rapping about killer. That's how you know the life is all about money. That's how you know life is all about money.
He said you gotta rap like a little more swagging.
I never forget what Nas said. Nas back in the day said, "I never do a commercial with Hennessy or vodka or Bacardi. I never do it because I never want to give that to the kids." Then you see Nas 2 years ago on liquor commercials. What happened, Nas? You fucking sellout. That's what happened. You know what I'm saying? You're always gonna give in to that dollar.
Everybody has a price.
Everybody has a price.
They just offer him a price, then it works for him. He's like, okay, now I can fucking work with this. It's like, if I get offered like a alcoholic bread, like, the price is right. Depends on what it is.
Facts.
If I'm doing something for like what Remy Martin or some shit, I'll make the commercial look nice. That won't be like, oh, I'm just sitting there drinking Remy Martin, but I'm mixing, my yo-yo in and all that shit. Make some high class shit. Make it cool. As you see, he's walking up right now. He's taking his clothes off. He's trying to be genuine. Doing how does it feel and shit. This ain't D'Angelo, nigga. Relax. Nah, don't rip it off. You ain't Hulk Hogan. Go ahead. So, yeah, thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe. It's just now it's weird because you got a different shirt thing on now. You guys tank top showing.
Want me to rip it?
No, don't rip it, man. No, don't rip it.
Want me to rip it?
No, I said no, nigga.
I can rip it.
No, I said no, nigga.
You guys want me to rip it? You guys want me to rip it?
No.
Can I rip it?
No.
Do I rip it?
No.
Don't rip it?
No,
Don't rip it? Don't rip it? Rip it?
I already see you ripping.
Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe for our stupid antics. Have a good night, everybody. Have a good weekend. Dummy.
I'm out of character, and that's Yo-Yo's.
Yes, I'm that guy.